Nothing is more frustrating than when you're working hard in the gym and the results have stopped. With us today to go over some great tips to get you back on track is our fitness expert, Wes Cole. Good morning.
Morning.
This can get a lot of people down.
It really can, but there's some simple tips, little change up in your program. I guarantee it'll bust those plateaus we're going to go over.
Okay, one of those is to simply lift heavier weights.
You know, this is a big problem, especially for women. You know, if you've been stuck in the 12 to 15 rep range, you know, sometimes it's time to put down the blue and purple dumbbells.
That's what I use.
And a lot of women, they're afraid that they're going to get too bulky or they're going to hurt themselves. But every once in a while, it's okay to do some exercises that you can only do 6 or 7 times. Doing this will build strength and will tap into those deep white muscle fibers that oftentimes you don't get to do, and you'll build some strength. And if you don't want to lift real heavy, you don't have to. You can do it on basic calisthenics. Beth, right here, if you've been doing push-ups and you've gotten to where you can do 20 of them real good, you can just simply elevate your feet and you can do push-ups like this. You can make your calisthenics harder, and this makes it so hard Beth can only do about 8 or 9 of them. And what that's going to do is that's going to tap into those white muscle fibers and really give you strength and really change up your program. This is another big plateau buster. Beth, you want to do a few more? Okay, very good.
She's done. Good job. Okay, the next one is to turn up the volume.
Well, this is kind of on the other extreme, especially some of my high school kids. They like to lift real heavy all the time, and if you lift heavy all the time, you know, this is another problem that you can hit a plateau. Your joints start hurting you. It's okay to lighten up a little bit, take some weights off. High rep training does have some benefits that lower rep training doesn't have. One, it builds, you know, it promotes blood flow, it builds capillary density, and it also does something what we call nutrient transfer. When you get a lot of blood and capillaries into it, it's allowing your muscles to utilize your food and that post-workout protein shake a little bit better. So it's okay to lighten it up sometimes, especially if you're used to going to the gym and trying to break a record every single time. I guarantee you your joints will thank you, and it's okay to maybe, you know, 15 or 20 reps, especially if you're not used to it.
So if you start using less weights, then do more reps.
Yes, absolutely, especially if you're used to lifting low. Like I said, it goes all about, basically, they always say the best workout is what you're not doing. So kind of switching it up a little bit. Do the opposite of what you normally do.
Okay, and the last one, faster cardio.
You know, high-intensity cardio, interval training has been getting a lot of attention for the last couple of years, and for a reason. It has a lot of benefits that traditional cardio or low and moderate intensity cardio doesn't have. One, it builds muscle. You know, you look at the sprinters on TV, you know, and they look just as buff as a lot of bodybuilders like that, because you're really tapping into those type 2 fibers. Traditional cardio or high-intensity cardio, you go real hard for about 30 seconds, you rest off for about 1 minute. You can do any mode of cardio that you want to, whether it's cycling or on the treadmill. Don't be surprised if you only do a few minutes doing this, because it's very, very hard. But one of the things that this type of cardio does that low-intensity cardio doesn't do is it decreases your appetite. And I tell all the clients that are on a diet, you need to be doing at least 1 or 2 hard cardio sessions a week, and that'll really curb those late night cravings.
That we all have. All right, good advice. Time to answer some questions from our viewers now. This first question comes from Susan. Will eating bread every day make me fat?
Absolutely not. You know, so many people still, the low-carb craze is kind of over now, but a lot of people are still real carbohydrate, you know, wary. Your bread, pasta, you know, it can be a great part of your diet, an important part of your diet, especially if you're cycling, if you're in the race today. Where carbohydrates, they go wrong is when people just, you know, they have a whole plate of pasta or whole plate. You know, they're real high in calories, and they don't tend to fill you up a lot. So my rule is every time you have a piece of bread, every time you have pasta, make sure you include protein, vegetables. That fiber and protein will help keep you full, and definitely you can include it in part of a healthy diet.
Got to add that color on your plate too, those veggies.
Exactly. That's a good tip.
All right. Well, if you have a question that you would like Wes to answer, just go to the health section of our website at kgrh.com. You can click on the Habitual Health link or give Wes a call, 749-0960, or visit his gym on 46, just east of Sheridan.